What's up, guys? Larry Chen here. Welcome to another episode of Hoonigan Autofocus. I may or may not be taking a nap right now, but I'm the top bunk, and I got a bunk buddy down here. Hi.
Come on, man. I'm trying to get a nap.
All right, so I'm sure you guys already recognize Scott, aka Chuckles Garage, with the craziest Old Smokey F1 Ford, the record-breaking one. I'm gonna just do this interview from the top bunk. I think I deserve it. It was already a long day of shooting.
I think you can get the whole thing from up there. I mean, like, you don't need to shoot the outside, right?
No, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna get down, and then we're gonna go over this crazy thing that you built. Oh my God. Put my shoes on. Actually, I'm gonna take my sunglasses off, because I can actually see.
I love that your shirt still has the stains on it.
My shirt. Don't laugh at me. How are you?
Not bad. Out here, King of the Hammers, just appreciating the good weather.
So we're actually not in a log cabin right now. We're not.
No.
We're on the lake bed at King of the Hammers, and this is a crazy van that you've actually built.
Yeah, so this is the Nuke van. The Nuke van was built by the California Department of Defense in the 50s during the Cold War as a fast response vehicle in case nuclear war happened.
That's why it's called the Nuke van.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Nuke van.
I thought you called it the Nuke van because it just looks like I don't even. I mean,
Look, are you trying to insinuate something?
It looks like some crazy prepper.
It looks like a cartoon character.
And it also looks like some crazy prepper owns it too, because it's sketchy outside.
All right, so tell us about this. Like, this is, I mean, it feels like a log cabin. How about this? Let's start on the outside,
Right.
And then we can kind of talk about your inspiration, all that. But this thing is so cool. Let's step outside for a second, and then we'll work our way inside.
Yeah, so it's a 1953 Ford van. It was built by the California Department of Defense for the Cold War.
How many of these were actually made, do you know?
So they had 3 of these, and this is the only known one that's left in existence.
This is why I've never seen one
It's
before.
a one of one. That's why you've never seen one.
Huh.
So,
how do you always get a hold of these crazy things?
So, well, this one has a cool story behind it. So a client of mine brought it to me 5 or so years ago because he wanted like a overland vehicle to go like explore all over the place, to go to Baja. So I did the 4-wheel drive swap for him. I swapped the Cummins into it for him, and we just did like, seats and a dashboard, and then he threw like a bed back there and lived like really just kind of like a hippie van. And he got bored of it, quit using it. I bought it back from him, and ever since then I've just been doing everything to it, like just trying to make like the ultimate off-road camper rig.
I mean, I don't even know where to start, because it is a one of one and it just looks so unique.
Yeah.
Was this borrowed from anything else, like the front end?
Like this from here forward, it's a Ford box truck. So think of it as like the UPS truck of the 50s. And Ford made many thousands of these things, maybe hundreds of thousands, I don't know. But this van section front is not a rare thing. What's rare is this body. And the body, it was built by the Aluminum Body Corporation. And as you can see, it's all hand riveted together. And they built like aircraft chassis and stuff like that.
So this is like a food truck before food trucks were a thing. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Except like the craftsmanship on this body is crazy. Like if you look at the way they bent this and formed it, riveted it, it's really nice.
It really is. And so a lot of this, how much of this is original then?
The whole entire body is 100% original. The only thing that's not original is these panels right here. When the Department of Defense had it, there was observation windows there. And those were taken out in the 60s. So in the 60s, this thing was scrapped by the government and sold. And my client's uncle was a hippie at the time and also a recording engineer, and he made a mobile recording studio out of it. So it had like big speakers in it and shag carpet and all that crazy stuff.
So does it make it a good recording studio because it's a metal box? I mean,
no,
maybe.
No, I'm sure the music they made in it was shitty because it had pretty bad acoustics.
Okay, so then what about the chassis it's on?
So
what
the
is
chassis,
it?
the chassis is the factory chassis, and basically I just boxed it in and strengthened it everywhere. But all the suspension is all upgraded. It's got corporate 14-bolt rear axle that's built. It's got a Dana 60 high pinion kingpin front axle that's built.
Wait, so this was originally
Two-wheel drive.
two-wheel drive?
Yeah.
And you made it all-wheel drive?
Yeah. It's got a 5.9 Cummins 12-valve, 5-speed manual transmission, and a divorced NP205 transfer case. So it's all the drivetrain and everything's modernized on it.
This is like something where it's like you ask like an overlander, what's all the cool things you want?
Yeah.
Diesel, that, all-wheel drive.
This checks all the the things.
And then this, oh my, I don't even know where to start. There's just so many things to look at and so many things to talk about. Like, what about the brakes? Are they stock?
The brakes are actually, they're the stock brakes that were on the axles. So like this is off a 1990 Ford F350 dually. And then, but I upgraded the pads. I use EBC yellow race pads in it, so it's heavy. So I wanted to stop good.
Yeah, and so what is the transfer case out of?
I have no idea. It's a driver's side drop divorced iron NP205. It's the strongest transfer case you can find. And so that's what I used.
And so that you can actually use this to crawl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna twin stick it later so we can do the front. But if you see the front, you know, we got the remote reservoir Bilsteins on it, got the Curry sway bar.
And you could lock it.
Yeah, I just put these brand new mile marker hubs on it. So I mean, you know.
I mean, where are you actually gonna take this, really? Like, you could pretty much go anywhere to camp.
Let's go play in the desert.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so, and then what about the tires? How big were you able to fit? What is that,
this is a 305 70/16.
Uh-huh.
This is like a 34 1250 16 essentially. And these are the Toyo mud terrains. Toyo's on everything pretty much.
You could probably fit more tire on here, huh?
Yeah, but I don't want to. You know, I could go like 35s, 37s if I wanted to, but this thing, like when I was driving it here through Bakersfield, there was 50 mile an hour winds, and I thought I was gonna die. I mean, this thing's like a wind sail. So I don't want it too high off the ground. And as you can see, like, nothing hangs below this. Like, it's got that much ground clearance.
Yeah.
And I took it out in the desert for a little bit yesterday, and it was awesome.
Incredible. Okay, so
kind of surreal to be wheeling a bus.
how much of this, for example, like this came like this?
This is all patina as it sat for 30 plus years in the guy's yard. So
I mean, this is like your race truck. You know, like it's like the patina is done pretty well.
Yeah, I actually plan on painting this and polishing the body because originally when the Department of Defense had these built, the bodies were mirror polished on them like an aircraft.
No way.
Yeah.
I could see how cool that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint this the original green, and then mirror polish the rest of it.
So that's one of the things I had a question about. I saw certain things like, there's me there, by the way. I love that.
You travel the world, man.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you were saying earlier that I was able, with my sticker, I was able to hitch a ride.
Right? Yeah, you hitched a ride on my world record.
World record, diesel record in your Ford pickup truck up Pikes Peak. And now it's made it onto here. How funny is that? Which, if you guys want one of your own, go to LarryChenPrints.com and pick up our print of your own. And each one of the art prints actually comes with one of these, or a couple of these stickers and a couple extras. So definitely support the channel. That's how we keep Hoonigan Autofocus going. So is this, like, did it get shot, you think?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't throw rocks and shoot at old abandoned cars? So somebody shot it at some point, and I just put some clear bra on it.
Huh. And this is not the only one, huh?
No, passenger side or the driver's side roll down window is broken, but I don't know, it still works.
You can even still see that it says California Department of Defense here.
Yeah, you can see that right here.
It would almost be a shame for you to polish this out.
Well, if I polish it out, I'm gonna put the same thing. I've already taken pictures of it with tape measures on it, and I have pictures of this rig that we found on the internet. So
that is
I can match everything perfect.
That's so incredible that I can't believe I can actually see that it says that.
Yeah, you can see it on both sides. This side you can see it the best.
Uh-huh.
But these also used to be observation windows there too.
This is so cool.
Yeah, see we got the big rigid lights all the way around.
Yeah, so tell me about that. So there's certain things that you left old, you left untouched,
yeah.
But the drive line, all of that is updated.
Everything's modernized.
The motor, yeah, and then especially lighting is a big deal when it comes to like this kind of off-road rig. These are all rigid LED lights, correct?
Yeah, these are all rigids. There's 90 amps total worth of rigid lights on this thing. We had to run a battery cable up to the distribution block for all the lights, but it basically turns day into night. I mean, there's 14 of the 360s up front, and then we've got the square lights all the way around the truck, and then there's like the rigid LED lights on the inside.
I love this plate too.
Right?
We're out.
The only bummer is, I bought this from my client who's my friend now, and he wants the plates back. So I gotta get rid of the wear out plates. But I think California lifted some of the restrictions on what you could put on your personalized plates. And when he tried to get it, he tried to get Nuke Van, and they denied him because it had Nuke in it. So I'm gonna try to get Nuke Van again.
Yeah.
I think that'd be, the wear out is pretty fun though.
Yeah. Can we actually take a look at the engine bay or no?
Yeah, so the hood on this thing is hilarious because it basically lets you just check the oil or check the coolant.
It's like a modern Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. Oops. That thing was just there for rubbing. But essentially all you can see is the intake tube, the intercooler, and the radiator. The engine is another foot behind it.
So what did this motor originally come out of?
This came out of a 1990 Dodge two-wheel drive like work truck, and had super low miles on it, so we just pulled it out and stuck it in as is.
And so is it pretty much stock, or?
Internally it's stock. It's got an upgraded turbo on it. It's got an ATS Aurora turbo. It's got a, obviously non-factory intake. It's got dynamite diesel injectors in it, South Bend clutch, but essentially not a whole lot. It's got 4-inch MBRP exhaust, but nothing, no internal mods.
What's your estimation for horsepower and torque?
Maybe 250 horse and 600, maybe 700 torque.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll move this van pretty good.
Yeah, it goes fine.
I mean, you drove this from Northern California all the way to Southern California.
Yeah, it took me like 10 hours to get here. Because this thing has really low gearing in it, and top speed's like 65 miles an hour.
Oh.
So I wasn't hoofing it here.
Not like in your normal diesel truck race car. There's just so many little things, like so many questions. So, I mean, how do you even figure out the suspension on this thing?
Just sit down and draw it up and figure it out. The leaf springs are off the, I think they're the same leaf springs on like the 2010 F350, maybe even earlier, maybe 2008. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but you just kind of piece stuff all together. Add the crossover steering, add the steering stabilizers, the shocks. The hardest part was doing the steering on this thing, because originally you just sat right above the steering, where the steering wheel was, and there was just a shaft that went down. But I wanted it so you could sit back a little. So we had a GM van steering box reversed, so we could put it in there, and then I had a custom. So this is a reversed GM van steering box, and as you can see, like it points straight up and down almost, instead of back like a normal one does. So getting all the steering was kind of a challenge. And then we had to recess the chassis right here just to get the steering to go through it.
You know, I do have to say, after seeing what you've done with your Ford F1, like I wouldn't expect anything less from you if you're building like an overland vehicle.
I know if I can set a record with a 49 Ford truck, I can build a off-road RV of a 53 Ford van.
Yeah, let's go inside and check out the interior. We started on the inside, but there's just so much to talk about on the outside.
Head on in.
All right. Oh, this is the first Hoonigan autofocus feature that I've done where there's living quarters.
Right? First Hoonigan autofocus RV.
Yeah. But this is just so interesting. And you did all of this, like, I love that there's 3 seats. Yeah. This is traditionally like a bench seat that you would put on like a sand rail or something.
Yeah, so this is like a Jeep rear seat. PRP custom made these for me. Suede, leather, all that nice stuff. But, you know, I wanted my wife and my kid to be able to go with me. So we had to have 3 seats in it. And originally when I built it for my buddy James, it had 2 seats. Then the hard part was I got the seats and I'm like, well, where do we mount seat belts? So I made these cool little roll bar looking harness bars for them.
Okay, so there's a lot going on here. It's so
This is
industrial.
the unfinished. Yeah, this is the unfinished part of the truck. I haven't got there yet.
I kind of like it though. I love how industrial it is. You have AC from Vintage Air.
Yep, I got the Vintage Air AC. Haven't hooked up the air conditioning part yet, but it had a heater, which was importante because it was about 10 degrees or so coming over the pass last night. Yeah, so it's got a full complement of autometer gauges here. You can see the rear view camera just popped on. I got my Bluetooth stereo, all the lighting controls. The ignition is all down there and the wipers. As you can see here, I had to hotwire it so we could do our shoot.
Yeah, because somebody forgot the key.
Yeah, I left the keys at the hotel.
Like, did you add these? I know you're a religious person, but I mean.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, no, this is all from my buddy James put those up.
The theme of it, everything, just the patina and the look and feel. Like, this is definitely like a military vehicle kind of feel.
Yeah, this is the original color of the rig. It was like a dark metallic green. And so that's the color the outside is going to be painted.
It's interesting, this texture too. It's like provides some grip, but like
yeah, it's like diamond plate, but it's this square pattern, and I've never seen it in anything else. It's pretty cool. And if you look at it too, another thing of like how these trucks were built, like look at this bump and like how it's shaped. Like that was pressed in specifically to make for this van.
Yeah, and that's just for a room when you have it at normal height. Yeah. Oh, I've never seen my sticker from this way. How funny is that? Look, now I'm just going to be staring at you while you're driving.
Yeah, this is the key to open the gas door.
Oh, look at this. Look at all these details. Like, what is this for? Like a speaker hole or something?
No, that was where the original heater vent was. And then there's the VIN plate right above it. Yeah. I mean, it was a delivery van, so there was zero creature comforts in this thing at all.
Wow. Legitimately, air just comes out of this mesh.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about like these old windshields is they always separate and you get this really cool like window patina in it.
Huh.
But yeah, you got Blu-ray player here. You got the flat screen. Everything is smart in here. It's all controlled by Alexa. So if I had the hotspot hooked up right now, you could tell her to dim the lights, turn the TV on, play a movie, turn the heater on. The heater's Alexa controlled.
It's a 5-speed manual?
Yeah, 5-speed manual.
And this is a transfer case?
Yep, that's a transfer case. We'll have to use that in a little bit when we go wheeling.
Yeah, oh, we will. All right, back to RV stuff. Is this kind of one of your hobbies, or is this one of the things that you just kind of picked up just to build this?
I just picked it up to build this. And then I've got my buddy Casey. He's a really good guy with wood. He's a contractor, and he came and helped me do all the tongue and groove cedar in it. So it's got that good smell.
And this is actually really tall. Like, so Leaf was just in here, and he's 6 foot. I don't even know how tall he is. Yeah, he's 6'3", and he was able to clear fine. So this is actually, what is it, 6'5"?
I think this is like 6'4" to the top. So if you're a real tall guy, it still works.
Yeah, it still works. But like the wood, the floor even is super nice. Yeah. Everything is so finished.
And I didn't use anything that's like a fake press board or anything like that. It has all the formaldehyde in it. So like that's real bamboo. You got solid bamboo countertops. You got the old school style fridge. And then this is pretty slick.
Oh, okay.
It's an Italian made sink.
Water tank and stuff?
Yeah, so there's a water tank, propane for this. I'm thinking about this area here, because you don't really use it, is putting a bathroom right here, but I'm not sure yet, because I kind of like how open this is.
Like a wet bath kind of thing?
No, just somewhere to, you know,
Do your business?
do your business.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you go out to some of these campgrounds and they're pretty gross.
Yeah. Well, when nature calls. Tell me about the bed area.
So these are both like pretty sweet memory foam beds. And then underneath this one is all storage. So like there's huge amount of storage underneath this one. And then this one's just for my kid. So Olivia can have somewhere to hang out.
I've stayed in party buses
That had less
that
space.
had less space.
Yeah.
Like, I stayed in a party bus one time in Norway for the Gatbill Festival. And I literally stayed in something that was so thin that I couldn't flip over to the other side.
So I stayed in one of those little pocket hotels in Japan, and I had less space than that. So this is extra.
This is nice.
This is extra bouge.
And you have AC?
Yeah, and it's smart AC, so you can tell, you know, Alexa 70 degrees, and if it's hot outside, she'll make it 70 degrees in here. It's pretty sweet.
So, do you have a generator, or how does that? How are you?
Yeah,
making power?
there's a little Honda generator down there. But right now, like all the lights, it's 110 volts. There's 3 big solar panels on the roof. I think it makes about 1,000 watts off just solar. And then there's 8 storage batteries and a 4 kilowatt solar inverter system. Like, that's one thing I forgot to show you is that. Well, I'll have to show you that. But it's got the same solar setup that like your home would have.
So, and what is this door? Is this just the rear hatch door?
So yeah, so that's like a double door. So like let's say you go out to the ocean and you're camping, you can back up to the ocean, flop down the spare tire, and then open those doors, and then it's just open. And it's totally pass through.
This is like glamping in just the most extraordinary car guy
Right.
way possible. Like this is
like
something
car guy
else.
glamping for real. I've never thought of it that way, but yeah, so
yeah.
but you know, I wanted like the cabin feel when you take this thing out, not like an RV. You know, when you're in an RV, you feel like you're in this kind of cheap piece of crap that's made out of like particle board and stuff. Like this feels like a cabin inside.
No, I really, really like this feel. I really like it. So how do you even monitor all the power and stuff? Is that on your phone?
I've got an app that I can monitor all the battery condition. I can monitor like the water, how much water's left, pretty much everything. I mean, it's all pretty high tech. But yeah, so I definitely gotta show you the
Yeah.
Out
Let's go
back.
ahead and check that out. And then we'll go for a little ride. So this is racy, and this was pretty comfortable for you sitting in it for 10
so
hours.
PRP made these custom made, like I said, but it's got lumbar support and they're both heated. Like all these seats, these are heated seats with lumbar support.
How do you turn on the heater?
Right over here, little switch right here. I haven't mounted it yet, but you know, boom.
And then lumbar, you use
Yeah,
a
lumbar-
pump. Oh, there's a pump. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the little.
Right, and you can let it out. Yeah. Oh, that's so neat.
Right?
Technically, I haven't featured any of your cars. This is the first thing I featured, and it's like the coolest camp van.
You've kind of featured my cars.
Yeah, I guess. In some way or another. Let's check out the outside.
Yeah.
I love it. So you go from like this really nice bamboo, and now you're stepping on diamond plate.
I struggled with doing like some kind of fancy floor there, but then I really like how durable that is, and you can't really screw up diamond plate. So
I just like the fact that goes from like military / industrial to
Right.
cabin.
Bougie
Like
cabin.
really, really nice cabin.
yeah. So back here is the solar setup we got. So that little key that I showed you that opened the gas door just opens that up, and then this completely opens up to, you know, whatever happens to be behind you. And then this is all the solar.
Whoa.
You've got the Outback Power Systems inverter, the charge controller, and then this pre-wired Midnight solar panel. And then Northern Pacific Power Systems built all this.
I love this. It looks like a house.
Because this thing is wired exactly like a house. It's all done exactly to code just how you would do a house inside. And then you just keep all your random stuff down
And that
there.
is the access to the back of the AC unit?
Yeah, the AC unit's up there.
Oh.
And then that's vented down through all this stuff.
And you have like a plug for shore power here?
So this is the old plug from the 50s, so that's not used. My shore power plug is in here. I don't know if you can see in there, there's 8 big interstate forklift batteries in there, but that's my little Honda generator sits in there too.
Okay. This is too cool. I can't get over how cool this thing is.
Here's another cool little like thing, like the number 13 on it, like that's supposed to be like unlucky number 13, right? Well, a couple years ago when I had that big fire at my shop, this thing was really damaged pretty bad in it, and so they marked all the cars with numbers to keep track for insurance, and this one ended up with 13. So I just left that on there.
I think
I gotta put this thing back on.
I think we're gonna head out and get some nice pictures and some video of you kind of going up this hill. Do you want to go up? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, we'll just go over in the desert.
Okay.
We'll drive it around.
Yeah, let's
have
do it.
some fun.
Okay.
You're gonna drive it?
I don't know. Can I?
I trust you. Is that a bad idea?
I don't know. All right, let's do it. Oh my God. Dude. I love that. It's crazy that it's all the way here. I've never driven anything like this.
It's different. I don't think anybody's ever driven anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, how many people have driven this? So what motor did this come with originally?
This had a gas straight 6 from a Ford straight 6. I can't remember the cubic inches, but it made 150 horsepower.
That's it.
Yeah, and probably 150 pound-feet of torque.
It probably only went like 40 miles an
It
hour.
was pretty slow. It was gross.
Oh, you drove it?
Yeah. It ran and everything.
Wow.
I think it only had like 10,000 miles on it.
Dude, this is the feeling, everything. Okay, so it's normal, like,
It just drives just like your Skyline.
just,
Except the shifter's here and not over there.
do I have to give it gas to engage them first?
You just let the clutch out, it'll go.
Oh, it's moving. Oh, what? This is so weird.
Isn't it a trip, like how much vision you have? Or how much visibility?
I mean, I'm driving like this huge, it feels like I'm driving a container. I mean, I guess essentially I am driving a container.
It's pretty much a sea container with an old Ford van on the front.
Like, I'm going 1 mile an hour and I'm having so much fun. I just engaged it in first. I haven't even gone into second yet. All right, so I'm not gonna hit this whoopee area, but I want to get to my FJ.
Oh, go through the whoopee area, just do it straight.
Okay, straight. I'll just do this little tiny bump.
You're hilarious.
You're hilarious for building this, dude. You were the one who built this.
Yeah, well, I guess there's that.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go drive around a little bit.
This is, it's kind of interesting. So like, have you driven this with your family where you're like talking over your shoulder?
No, this is like, with this setup, this is the first time this thing's ever been out, so.
Wow, okay. All right, I'm so honored. So I'm gonna put this on my head so you guys can see what I'm seeing. But essentially, what I'm feeling right now is that, like, the pedal, it's interesting that it's like floor mounted like that.
Yeah.
Where
Those are the original pedals, those round,
I like
kinda
them.
trippy pedals.
They're actually pretty grippy.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah. So these brakes, are they power brakes?
Yeah, it's got remote power brakes, and like I said, it's got EBC yellow brake pads. Like this thing stops pretty good.
It actually feels pretty good.
They feel spongy because it's just like the old style master cylinder setup it's got, but they work really well.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, it makes so much torque down low. You don't need to give it gas. You just let the clutch out.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like I feel like I'm gonna stall it if I just let out the clutch. All right, I'm gonna make a U because we're going crawling, baby. We're going crawling. Oh wow.
What have I done?
What? What's the red line on this thing?
Like 2,500.
2,500?
Yeah.
2,500?
2,500.
2,500?
Oh yeah, go with that.
Oh, go over this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's just a
No.
little bump.
Oh my God, dude. This is scary. This house is gonna tip over, bro. Oh no, things are falling apart.
What was that?
That was your cell phone holder.
Oh. Those cheap things never stay on your window.
Dude, this thing,
Always fall off.
oh, it's rocking all right. It's rocking. I just couldn't imagine driving this. I mean, did you get a lot of funny looks when you're driving
bro,
this?
it's like you're driving naked or something. People just stare at you.
All right, I'm going in a second. I'm going for it. Oh, that was too low, huh?
You can't handle the speed.
I can't. Whoa, sorry. Sorry. It's kind of interesting. You have to push it pretty hard.
I'm gonna pin myself in here.
You actually have to push it pretty hard, huh?
Just more bumps and throw back in first and get over there.
Oh, back to first. Did you go over this
yeah,
way?
just don't side hill it. I'm not trying to
Oh yeah.
go get a tractor and put this thing back on its wheels.
Oh my God. This is a big one. Get ready, Leaf.
Nice little sand pit.
Get ready. Oh.
Oh, we dragged the bumper.
Oh. This house is tipping. This is crazy. This is incredible.
The idea of manually shifting your motorhome is kind of trippy too.
I like that. I mean, I'm all about manual transmission. Have you tried to heel toe this thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
I do blip the throttle before I downshift.
Really?
Yeah.
okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, so we've been shooting together for a while, right? I've been able to like cover your antics for a while
Yeah,
now.
I've known you for the past 3-4 years.
Yeah, and you know, we love shooting him at Pikes Peak. We love shooting him when he goes to the Hoonigan Burn Yard. But what you guys don't know is he was actually a professional sports car racing driver in
Back in the day.
American Le Mans or IMSA, right? It was known as American Le Mans Series back then.
Yeah, it was ALMS, then it changed to
ALMS,
IMSA.
But now it's IMSA. And so you got a guy who raced Porsches,
Porsches, BMWs, whatever.
and then he's building stuff like this, and then of course your famous, you know, Chuckles Garage car that we keep mentioning. I mean, that thing is
Old Smokey. Well, it is the Pikes Peak record holders.
It is. All right, so we're getting into some crazy stuff. So I'm gonna turn around here. Oh my God, this is incredible. I'm having too much fun.
I know. I want to put it in 4-wheel drive and wheel over some of this stuff.
Oh, you want to do it? You want to drive? Here.
Oh no, you can keep driving.
No. I want to experience what it's like to ride in this thing.
I'm gonna get on lock the hubs.
Oh.
Locking the hubs.
Oh, we're locking. Follow him. Yeah. Now I'm gonna sit in the hot seat here.
You got the hot seat.
I'm gonna sit in the hot seat. You guys will still be able to see my point of view. Oh wow. This is intense right here. Like, this is something else. Is my still camera here? With confidence, this guy. Whoa, Leaf, you okay, bro? Leaf's struggling. Thank you. He's standing around.
What's he doing?
I was trying to hit him in the camera if I saw her go flying.
Dude, this shit is gnar.
This is gnarly. I can't believe you're going over this stuff here. Wait, so is it in low range now?
Yeah, it's in low range.
And in first?
Yeah. It's just creeping along.
Wow. So essentially, if you leave it in idle, it'll go pretty good, huh?
Yeah, this is second gear.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going through like straight sand dunes right now.
Oh my God! You should. No, wait, no,
realize this
no,
is
no,
there.
no. I gotta get out one. I gotta get out and shoot that. Can you do that again?
That was sketch. I don't want to do that again.
All right. Well,
I mean, I'll I'll do it. Something.
All right, let me get out. I want to get a video of it.